think I get it now. Let me just preface this with saying what the topic is. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Well, this right here is the Assassin's Creed. It's a chunk of Assassin's Creed that I try to live by. But let's dive into it today. I've had a very interesting morning, I guess you could say, since it was so late, but quite honestly, it was nighttime. Yesterday, I had an amazing day, but I'm left feeling empty. Now, how do we explain that? Well, I went out to a club, and I met some people, and I had probably the most fun of my life. But the problem with that means is that all of my dopamine is shot. I have nothing left in the tank. So, it's kind of like drugs that I have never taken ever. But what I mean is that if you were to do, let's say, something extravagant and exciting and crazy, like cocaine, people that take cocaine, once you get up to that level, you have to either quit, and it's difficult, but there's withdrawal symptoms, and you'll get euphoric from it. And really any kind of drugs. So no wonder that when you're coming off of having a great time, a lot of excitement, an amazing night, probably the best night of my life so far, I still feel so empty and drained the next day. And I wouldn't take it back at all. But what scares me, and I really think that part of it is the fact that I have never done that before. I am 21 years old, and I never got that opportunity. I've never done that before, and this is my first time doing that, going out to the nightclub and just dancing. So everything is in moderation, of course. So you'll see a lot of red pill manosphere guys, and they say, oh, you need to stop going to the club, you need to put in your work, and you need to go to your, make some money, stop being a little brokey. So you got two sides. You got go have fun, go in the club, go meet girls and try to pool. And then the other side is, you need to make money, you need to be strict, you need to go to the gym. And these are both great advice, kinda, but they're a little bit misconstrued. One of them hates the other, right? The club guy hates the Mr. I have to go to the work and I have to make money every day. It's not fun, it's not exciting. But then at the same time, you have the guy that goes to work and he says, oh, you're just out in the club wasting time. For me, I've always loved music, and being able to appreciate music like that with other people is amazing. And it was just amazing. It's so indescribable. I don't know how old you have to be in a club in your area, but if you've never been to a nightclub and you're like, oh man, well I need to go with a group, don't. I went by myself. I met a dude. His name's Brendan. I just hung out with him for the night. That's it. So solo guys group together and we form groups. So that's not a problem. Actually, if you want to make friends, don't try to scramble to bring your friend group. I mean, you're going to have fun as your group, okay? But if they've got to work tonight, just go out by yourself. Going out by yourself to a bar is a little bit lame. Nightclub is different because nightclub, who cares if you're by yourself? No one will know. So that's pretty cool. You can kind of give off an aura, and also you're kind of sitting in the corner, so try not to be in the corner and just try to vibe, man. Just chill out, have fun. Damn, I don't know what's with that person. But my point is that there are so many different ways that we can live our lives, and I think you should be variable in yourself. That comes down to nothing is true. You can't live your life in absolutes. You can't say, I never do that. I never do that because that's bad. I have a good value. Okay, but let's read into it more. Now, there's certain things that are definitely off limits, and you know those. In the eyes of the law, yes. In the eyes of your career, that is an absolute. Those are laws within your career, or regulations, or the employee handbook. Yes, don't get fired, and try not to get yourself in a position where you might not get a promotion because your attitude or your outside work or your reputation, all of those things. Now, there are many factors into these things, but I've always been an only child, and part of that is the fact of, man, it is so difficult to have fun. I'm always bored, and with that means that I have more fun than other people sometimes because I'm always striving to have fun. I'm always striving to, go do something. Which means that in comparison to other people that may get stressed out about life, I don't have that problem. I'm not stressed out. I'm bored and I want to go do something. But I'm also not hedonistic. Being self-aware and understanding that, let's say you have all the money in the world and you go out to the club, to a restaurant, to whatever, every single night. And maybe you even score every single night. That right there is hedonistic as hell. You will not have a good life like that. You will be an empty person. Because with no alone time, you can't even grasp who you are as an individual. So it's very important to have that alone time to figure out, who am I? In that sense, I know it sounds kind of weird or convoluted, but that's the reality. Is that you need to figure out who you are as a person before you try to mess with other people or try to do whatever else. And I have been finding out who I am. I've been getting a little bit more social, and I think that this event in my life is definitely going to be for the better of myself. But it definitely was interesting. There are certain things that I don't even want to say on here, let alone to my closest friends or my family. I think that needs to stay confidential, if you know what I mean. Nothing illegal, nothing crazy, nothing diabolical, just things that I just don't want to disclose. But I had a great night. Amazing night. And when you have an amazing night like that, it's important to reflect the next day and try to absorb everything that you did and everything that you could have done better to have more fun in the moment. But I also think there needs to be some way of withdrawal, like the next day. Because now I'm feeling like all of my dopamine is sapped, And now I just want to go out again. But that's where you get addicted. That's where you get addicted to it. That's when you lose your humanity as a person, as an individual. Then you're just a face in the crowd. You're just a guy who likes to jump a lot, to music. So your entire identity outside of work is that's what you do. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think having a balanced life is important. I think I would like to schedule out my night, my life. I want to add more, and I already have kind of a schedule together. I work the typical 9 to 5 kind of thing, but then I go to work, or I go to the gym after work, and then I go to the gym. Sorry, I'm just tired. Long day. Another thing is that the day after, I had such a long night. My whole day today was kind of ruined, which is okay, because Friday was so awesome, it don't really matter to me. So now I gotta get my sleep now. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I'm so sorry for rambling. This video may not be for you. But everything is permitted. Nothing is true, everything is permitted. So, like, you can do anything you set your mind to. Yesterday, I did some things that I never thought I could. Go to the club alone? What? Dance with a random girl? I never thought in my wildest dreams I could do that. Get her Snapchat after? I don't know who I was yesterday, but it worked. We'll probably never see each other again. Even though I have her snap and she's been snapping me back and forth, it probably don't mean anything. She probably isn't gonna go out with me, and that's alright. And if you went to the club every single day, I don't know if you would score. Maybe you would. But I'll tell you, you won't find your wife at the club. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just stay clean, stay safe, you know. Be careful. But, it's just very eye-opening for me, I guess you could say. And the truth of the matter is that you can do just about anything in your life that you set your mind to. I was even hesitant. I was about to walk out the door yesterday. I was all dressed up, and I'm like, I'm really about to drive an hour to UCF for one of the nightclubs there and go to the nightclub on my own. And then I'm standing in line, I parked, and where'd the line go? The line's around the corner. I'm not sure. It's not too lively yet. Did I get here too early, too late? What's going on? You know, then I get into line, and then, like, I'm not really talking to anybody in line. The line was short. I get in there. I pace around real quick. I understand that I look kind of goofy walking around by myself with no group, you know. Then, you know, the night's early, so, you know, I'm just kind of pacing around. Then I get a drink, and then I go over here and I watch the front, and I get the, you know, I just start listening to the music, but the music isn't like upbeat yet. It's just kind of vibe music, which is cool, but like I'm just vibing on myself, and it's just kind of weird. And then slowly, as the night progressed, it got more fun. I would say that you probably shouldn't do this every night, but for the best night of your life, or at least up until now, yes, it was the best night of my life, because I did things that I never thought I could. Going to the gym has made me stronger, has made me fill out my chest and my arms a little bit more. And I mean, this is after going to the gym just now. So doing things in your life that give you purpose, give you meaning, give you, you know, a sense of accomplishment. Like, I don't just see that as, oh, I had fun the other night. I see that as an accomplishment, the things that I was able to do. And that just goes to show, like, there is nothing that you are not allowed to do. If you want to go do it, you should go do it. And who cares about the price? Because quite honestly, I've gotten out of that mindset recently. I was very cheapskate. I need to save my money. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty financially responsible. As long as you think things through, I would say if you are financially responsible every day, every week, you know, every year, and you make decent money with diet and everything like that, like if you have a well-rounded life, and then on top of that, I say, you know what? I'm going to go out today. I'm going to go out. Oh, I'm just going to blaze by that. Okay. Okay. Somebody just ran a red light in front of me, almost killed me there. I just need to be by myself right now. And not in like a depressed way, but just, I need to relax, you know? I guess after so much adrenaline, it's probably best. But let me get back to the cheapskate idea. See, I think that you should start out by being a cheapskate. If you spend too much money, if you don't have $1 to your name, you need to get more financially responsible, right? Because you need to leverage your money better. If you order Uber Eats every day for $30 and wasting all that money, then how are you going to go out on Friday night with the boys and spend $30 at a restaurant, and it's one time a week and not 4 or 5 times a week that you order, you know, at work? It's like, leverage your money more. Have $5 meals for lunch every day, and then once a week you go out, and that's your you know, at least once a week you're having something fun to do, to talk about, and potentially I would hope you make some I would hope that you make some memories that you will never take away from, that you will never lose, that you will speak on for the rest of your life. And I think I'm going to learn down this path. I've learned about communication, but I want to learn how to better myself in a more professional sense, in terms of articulating myself and communicating better, and learning how to speak to you guys more. And then it's also going to have to do with lifestyle, you know, like how there's certain things that may help me with waking up in the morning and things like that, gym related. But then on the other side, I want to learn how to be more social and how to have more fun throughout the week, throughout each day, throughout each month, and throughout each year. So I think I'm going to start researching these 2 topics, because I really do think that there's a yin and yang with this that I need to prioritize in my life. And I think you should too. So I'm sorry if this video wasn't entertaining or maybe not very, you know, awe-inspiring. But quite honestly, I just needed to get my thoughts out. And with that being said, the cheapskate thing that I was rambling on about is that I was paying for a bunch of chicken breast and eating rice and vegetables and just chicken, rice, vegetable every day. And it saved me quite a bit of money, but at the same time, for not much more, I mean, we're talking, it's $2 a meal versus $4 a meal. For $4 a meal, I can get convenience, taste, variability, and just overall more fun. I like to have fun meals. You know, socialization is so important. So even having fun with my food and being able to have convenient food is so valuable. So I made an Aldi trip, and I'm going to be making another one pretty soon here with a little bit more research. But I'm going to be figuring out, what do I want? You know, I want to leverage my money still pretty well, but I just want to be able to, you know, indulge a little bit. I think I need to have a really solid dinner, some lunches that I can make on the spot, and then like a nice convenient breakfast. But anyways, on this path of finding more fun and more work to do, I'm gonna balance out my life a lot more. And I just feel like right now I make these videos. Right now, sorry about that. Right now I make these videos. I listen to music all the time. I add to my Instagram and stuff from things that I do in my life, and my Snapchat and whatever. I try not to scroll on Instagram or TikTok too much. I either go to YouTube for education or just entertainment or education entertainment. And then on top of that, I also watch movies and TV shows as well. And I try to find good TV shows and movies that are definitely mentally stimulating and not just like horror or whatever slop. Because that stuff don't mean anything, really. So I'm just trying to fill out my life. You know, I go to work, I go to the gym, I try to have a decent diet and everything. And I think these are very valuable. And I think you should focus on these things and hopefully get better at them. But I'm at a point right now where I have so much more. I have so much more that I can do. And I just need to find the next thing to add to my schedule. So that's what I'm going to do. What is one more thing you can do every day? Because, quite honestly, every week, once a week, is not good enough for me. I need something I can do every single day, and then I want to go do something once a week, once a month, once a year. There's something I want to do. But anyways, that's all. I'll see you.